The way you handled yourself today was quite admirable. Though I fear your Earth faces a far more pressing threat than anything posed by our Confederacy.
Is this the attack Welvis warned might be coming?
It shall be the end of your planet.
That's why Hale had a deal with the Confederacy to fight beside us.
The Confederacy never intended to honor this agreement, nor could it, even if it so desired. It was merely a deception to extort the resources from your planet before time ran out. Which now it has.
What are you saying?
Thanos and his forces have begun an assault on your world even as we speak.
Well, then I've got to get down there with the Avengers and take on this Thanos.
Thanos' strength is unrivaled. You will lose, even with your powerful friends fighting alongside you. Though perhaps there might still be a way.
It seems the situation is worse than we feared. The Earth is under attack by an alien named Thanos.
What about the Confederacy? Did they agree to help us?
More bark than bite. I'm afraid we're on our own, General.
We have to get back.
And do what exactly?
The only option left. Make me invincible.
Excuse me?
I struck up a conversation with this guy from the Confederacy. He tells me there's untapped deposits of gravitonium under the Earth's surface.
And you want to get it out and power yourself up more?
Well, that way I can handle any threat the Earth faces. I can be the shield.
Hey everybody, it's Charlie. I got a bunch of requests to do a video for this Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Infinity War crossover. They directly call out Thanos and the war that he's bringing to Earth. So I'll explain what the timeline is and how what they're doing on S.H.I.E.L.D. has to do with Infinity War. So if you're finding me for the first time, this is just the beginning of all the Marvel stuff that's going to be happening. Be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. There's going to be a whole bunch of Avengers 4 stuff happening really soon too, especially Captain Marvel. There's a new round of that Infinity Gauntlet giveaway that I'll explain at the end of the video too. So what you have going on here is you have Glenn Talbot, who has become the Graviton character from the comics. He's even wearing the comic book costume. Remember, they introduced the character during season 1 of S.H.I.E.L.D. relatively early in the run. I think it was episode 4 or 5 or something like that. He basically got dipped in a vat of gravitonium, turned into gravitonium, so there was like this entity that was alive within it. The TV show has incorporated some elements of Hydra as well as a space confederacy involving a bunch of different races that are kind of like vultures picking over Thanos' leavings. So in this big time travel plot, Glenn Talbot eventually infuses himself using a Captain America-style birth chamber. Like, remember the chamber that they used to infuse Captain America with the super soldier serum? Hydra made another version of that. They found a way to bind elements to people, so they found gravitonium. Glenn Talbot had been brainwashed by Hydra, so he'd been crazy already. Came up with the brilliant idea that he would save everyone by fusing himself with gravitonium, but it only made him more crazy. Now he has Graviton's powers from the comics. He's wearing his comic book costume. He's got like full mustache twirling comic book villain. So bringing it back around to Thanos, this space confederacy made a deal with General Hale from Hydra to protect the Earth in exchange for concessions after it was over. She was going to give them access to precious resources they could only get from Earth, like a glorified mining operation. But come to find out in this last episode that the Confederacy never intended to protect Earth from Thanos. I'll talk about that in a minute. There's some fundamental flaws with the thesis that S.H.I.E.L.D. puts forth about what Thanos is going to do on Earth, because we just saw it go down during Infinity War. But the whole idea is that everyone's terrified of Thanos, so the Confederacy uses Earth's fear of this to drive a deal with Hydra that they don't intend on holding up. They're going to turn Earth into a glorified mining operation in the future anyway, which is what they teased at the beginning of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. this season. So all season long, the whole deal has been Earth being blown up, cracked apart in the future, and they think that Daisy Johnson did it, but come to find out that it's actually probably going to be Graviton, aka General Talbot here, that does it, trying to find more gravitonium in Earth's core. So you're asking where this falls in the timeline relative to Infinity War. Because they're still talking about protecting Earth from the coming conflict, that means that Thanos has not come to Earth yet. And because we need to talk about the plot of Infinity War, I'll say careful for spoilers for Infinity War if you have not seen the movie yet. So during that movie, first the Black Order is sent to Earth to try and get the Time Stone and the Mind Stone. They fail. By the end of the movie, Thanos sends a portion of his fleet to Earth with the Outriders to invade Wakanda to take the Mind Stone because Doctor Strange gives him the Time Stone when they're on Titan. Then Thanos comes to Earth to take the Mind Stone himself at the very end of the movie. So all that happens after what's happening on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. right now. So we can assume now that everything that's happened on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. this season has been in the 616 universe. There was a big theory that there might be some alternate dimension stuff going on as a way to explain how they weren't around for Infinity War, but them directly addressing Thanos' quest for the Infinity Stones just means that it's happening in the same reality. They did say that there would be more crossovers happening. I don't know what that's going to entail because this is all still happening before the events of Infinity War. I think what'll happen is that the finale will happen before Infinity War starts. There are only 2 more episodes, episode 21 and episode 22. Talbot even said during that clip that he wants to rush down to the Earth to help join the Avengers against Thanos. One of the fundamental flaws in the idea that they're putting forth here, though, is that Thanos intends to destroy the Earth, and that's not at all what he's trying to do. During Infinity War, you learn that his plan is to turn the universe into a paradise by erasing half of all life. Like he talks to Gamora, "Do you know what's happened to your planet since I visited it? It's a paradise now. The people want for nothing." So at no point during this season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. did Thanos ever intend to destroy the Earth. So I think you can chalk that inconsistency up to 2 minor things. You can kind of explain it with a little backbending on a story level, like, oh, maybe the aliens were just lying about Thanos. But also, I think it's part of the problem with the showrunners on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. not knowing what the full plot of Infinity War is. Like, the directors of Infinity War said that Mark Ruffalo doesn't even get completed scripts. So if they don't give completed scripts to Mark Ruffalo, then they're not going to be giving scripts to a bunch of other showrunners that aren't working on Infinity War themselves. So I think in wanting to incorporate elements of Thanos in Infinity War, they hyped it up just a little bit more than what was actually going to happen. The only real large-scale invasion that happens is during Wakanda. Like, you can't even call the one in New York with Squidward and Cole Obsidian an invasion. It's really just them visiting to take down Doctor Strange. And even at the end of the movie, the damage is largely localized to the outer rim of Wakanda. They don't even destroy most of the city of Wakanda because that one ship that tries to land right on top of the shield blows up and the shield holds. It's meant to show you how tough Wakanda is. Were it not for the finger snap, they totally would have destroyed that army, especially after Thor showed up. But if you guys didn't know, Phil Coulson is actually in the Captain Marvel movie because that's set during the 90s, so Phil Coulson hasn't died yet during the Avengers, meaning he's totally fair game to run around the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But we don't know exactly what he's going to be doing during that. He'll be a member of S.H.I.E.L.D. probably, but that's all we know. So I will say that if S.H.I.E.L.D. gets renewed next year, remember Captain Marvel's being released early next year before Avengers 4, that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., if it does get that Season 6, will try to incorporate Captain Marvel stuff in a bigger way. But as of right now, they have not renewed the show. I don't know how long they're going to wait before they announce something like that. I think they're going to wait to see what the ratings are for the entire season after the finale. There are a number of different factors that go into cancellation, renewal, so whatever ends up happening after the finale, we'll talk about Season 6 stuff, but I wouldn't worry about that too much right now. So what'll happen is I have new Infinity War Thor to post later tonight that should be up in the next couple of hours, but leave all your Marvel requests in the comments below. Since I wasn't expecting this crossover moment, I'll just leave the giveaway for the Infinity Gauntlet open till I post that Thor video, so I'll name the winner when I post that later tonight, so look out for that. While you wait for everything, click here for my Avengers 4 title video, and click here for my new Deadpool trailer and learn about some of the banned stuff that they already had to take out of the movie. Thank you so much for watching, everybody stay awesome, I'll see you guys tonight.